What's up, guys? HTG Brian here, back with some more LEGO Horizon Adventures. Next up, we got an Apex machine hunt. This one's gonna be in the Sacred Lands. That's right, we've officially completed the story. Now it's time to take on the 16 Apex machine hunts and get our 16 red bricks. You can see we're chilling out in front of the Sacred Lands start point, and we've got our police officer outfit on, so we can work on the Policing the Wilds community job. Now, you can see we're about ready to jump into the Sacred Lands, so let's go ahead and see what it's all about. All right, these are basically simple, short missions, kind of a replay, but with a high focus on the bosses themselves. Now, you'll probably notice me juggling some of the smaller guys around a little bit too. That's because we're still on that XP grind. It's important to remember not only are we working on community jobs, but we also have the XP for all four of the characters to get to level 20 and max them out. That being said, some of these guys seem to reveal some XP while others don't, and I'm not exactly sure why, if maybe it's a display glitch on the screen side of things, or perhaps maybe there is no XP awarded for a lot of these guys. Now, you'll notice that there's XP if and when you take them out, and it actually says there's XP. Right now we're just doing damage, so we're just getting damage meters. I'm trying to yeet a bunch of these explodey bombs, but they're not helping too much. I even tried to freeze them and chill them out, but that didn't work either. So it's gonna be up to you whether you want to stick it out and try to fight these bad guys and hopefully collect some XP, or just go for the main baddie, which will irradiate all of the rest of them. So, fun fact, I actually went through the timeline of the video, and for some stupid reason, I get 0 XP for any of these smaller guys. Now, I do get a little portion for taking out the main Apex Predator. However, going through to the next area, when we're fighting through a Cauldron, I get XP for taking out each and every one of those guys, or at least most of them. So, again, I'm not really sure why the game decided not to give me any XP here. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. You just don't get any on your first Apex hunt. Again, I don't have that answer for you. That would be something for the devs to give us a little insight on, but I'm just really trying to stay alive and focus on, taking out all of the other threats and being hopeful that I'll get some XP, but as I already sort of spoiled it for you, there isn't any. So I didn't know that at the time, though, so I'm just out here trying to stay alive, stay alive. Ooh, look out. All right, sooner than later, we need to focus on the main guy over here, so I'm going to try to plug a few arrows into him and deplete that meter a wee bitter. But as it sits, these guys keep spawning, and they're getting in the way, and ultimately, I just need to focus on that meter up top. And, but like I said, I was hopeful at the time that I was going to grind some XP, because we've got a long ways to go. We got to get all 4 characters to 20, and we don't even have 1 there yet. Now, you're probably wondering, Brian, I'm wearing the police outfit, and I'm not getting any credits towards my community job. Well, that's because it's actually the cultists. We have to take out the human-like people. None of the robots are going to do any of the progression for that particular job, so we'll get to that here a little bit later in this video. In fact, once we get into the next hunt, we actually find ourselves in a Cauldron, fighting some, a pretty big guy at the end, and as a result, there are some cultists running around that we get to ring off a few of them. So here you go, I got the center focus here, pow, 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 chaw, 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 giving him the business, and we're almost there. I'm not focusing on anybody but him, and booyakashow! He is done did. It's gonna puke out a bunch of studs and drop a red brick from the heavens. I'm gonna go ahead and refill my meter there too by going through the old the health tree there, and let's go ahead and pick up our first of many Apex bricks. You know, that kind of, I wish they would have had like a blue or a green or something different, because red just doesn't feel right. It feels like I should be able to activate it and turn on a stud multiplier or something. But, all right, we've officially spawned back at the beginning of the Sacred Land spot. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. Looks like we've got a new outfit. We got a red brick, and is that it? Is that it? Looks like it. Let's go ahead and jump in for Phase 2. All right, this one's going to take us through a Cauldron, so we're going to go ahead and knock it like it's hot. Hello, is anybody home? All right, we'll walk on in and let the journey begin. So this is actually the longest of the 4 hunts, but most of it is just trudging our way through an active Cauldron here. Hopefully you guys have already got the Cauldron trophy, but if not, this would likely count towards your progress. And we're just going to make our way through, not finding any electricity to be that big of a threat. But we do find these explodey bombs to help out quite a bit, and we should see that XP meter start going up here in a second. So once we take, oh, swing and a miss. Gotta hit your shots, Brian. Gotta hit your shots. I'm really focusing on exploding these guys with the barrels. These are not the correct barrels, though. You can see 200 XP. Woo to the hoo-hoo. All right, so we're officially back on track, gaining some XP. I do believe by the end of this area, we do see, I think we're getting close to 18. I don't think we flip it yet, but by the end of this video, we certainly do. Uh-oh, Brian spotted some more exploding barrels. Let's go ahead and get our big Yeetus on. Continuing to hit them, and looks like we're delivering a little bit of corruption, which I do believe will get a little extra XP for taking him down with. Now, I don't know, I haven't really confirmed. Does it have to actually kill him with the corruption, or because we use corruption on him will we get extra? That I have not clarified either. I should know that. However, it looks like we got an extra 15 XP, so we'll take it. All right, let's see here. Gotta live by those 5 Ds of dodgeball, right? Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. All right, speaking of, we got another exploding barrel, or we'll go ahead and yeet it at that terminal, opening the door, and we are out of there. All right, into the next section we go. We've got a little build here. We're gonna try to collect some studdage along the way, although we don't need a ton of it. We do need a ton of it, so... this one was a little tricky. You have to ride the old swaying pillar down. Oh, that was a little glitch. I wonder what that was all about. Write it down and grab it. I wonder if that's something that happened in the editor or something that's my footage. Either way, it was a little jumpy, eh? Speaking of jumping back on over and slam dunk it right on that terminal, opening yet another door. And watch out for that floor dropping out below you because, yeah, you don't want to die. Although I go for the studs here. Guess what? Whap, 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 whap. All right, good thing there's no real health meter or a big concern as far as falling goes anyways. It sort of just brings you back. It's like you got a red brick on for no fall, right? Isn't that what it was called? Anyways, we'll go ahead and wait patiently for our swaying platform to go ahead and make its way to us. There is a little jumpy jump we can hit in the back. Open the door, and look at that. We got some extra studdage. We'll take that, climb it up. We got another smasharoo, and we're just following the path down and around. Woohoo! Okay, we got a couple of corrupt pads. We'll jump over those to avoid taking any damage. Oh no, we got some more baddies. Good news though, we should get some XP. In fact, I just got 15 for knocking his block off, quite literally, and 250 for taking him down. So just as promised, we are getting XP. And again, I have no idea why it didn't give us any XP in the last area. It seems like it should have. I mean, we're taking out baddies. Like, where's our XP? We're getting experience, right? I mean, that's the whole thought of it anyways. All right, if you're getting low on health, don't forget to run through the old trees as they will give you that Febreze. No, I don't know. Febreze is terrible. Let's be honest about that. That stuff, it never makes anything smell better. It always makes it smell like whatever smelled bad and then Febreze, right? Can we all agree on that? I don't know why I just went on a rant about Febreze. Nobody even asked. But anyways, grabbing another power module here. We'll go ahead and grab the battery. Make our way back over to the swinging pillar. Up and over we go. And to be honest with you, I don't think we even need this. I think the door's open. It was just kind of a little weird distraction. There may have been something else that I missed down below or something. I don't know. But let's go ahead and take a quick peek. You always got to have that FOMO, right? That fear of missing out. So you got to go back and check it out. All right, we got full health and we're rolling in. We're almost to the top of the XP meter for 17, which should flip to 18 here pretty shortly. In fact, I did skip ahead in the timeline, and we do actually get it before we finish the final boss here. So that's pretty good. And we're getting even more XP. We're getting 350 for these guys. Oh, 250 for him. 350, good lord, that's a lot of money. All right, dropping another one. Yep, 350 for those. Look, are those corrupted watchers? Why are we getting more for those? I guess I shouldn't complain or ask too many questions. Regardless, let's go ahead and smash and grab anything and everything and make our way onto the old crazy elevator here. I do believe I fall a couple of times here, maybe not. Getting the old the old cheesery here. Look at that, took him down. He couldn't even see me. Oh no, right into the corrupted pad there. So watch out for that. We're gonna grab one of these bombs and make our way back and over. Booyakashow. Is there anybody? Okay, there is somebody to throw it at. No door or terminal to open. That's good. That's good. We'll go ahead and get him all electrified. And he is down for the count. Booyakashow! We just flipped level 18. We got weak point damage upgrade, and looks like that's it. So we'll take it, though. We'll take it. All right, we're almost to the final section here. We got one more little set before we actually... Whoa! Watch that next step. It's a doze. We got one more little area before we get to the final boss, and then we got to take on a big baddie. But important note before we get there. There are a ton of cultists that are going to pop up. So I know I suggested earlier that sometimes it's best to focus on the main boss or main baddie, because all of the little guys are just a distraction, and especially if you're not getting XP, it's not really worth it. But in this case, we need to work on our Policing the Wilds community job, which is to take out 20 cultists with, well, just taking them out with wearing the old police outfit, which we have on, and hopefully you did too. There is another outfit we'll be using later. It's the chicken suit, but we'll cover that as we get a little further in. So, of course, this is all optional. You can always choose other community jobs if you find this one to be too hard or distracting, but we found it to be one of the easier ones. Simply slap on the costume, take out the baddies, and booyaka shao. You're gaining gains. Gaining gains. Is that a new thing? Gaining gains? All right, cultist number 1, booyaka shao. Let's go ahead and see some yes, please, and thank you. Now, the giant scorpion, I can't remember what his name is. I know I'm going to get a bunch of grief for that because I know all you guys know these names and I do not. But he actually deploys some rockets that are not very friendly. So if you do happen to have any like brick separators or any special weapons, I highly recommend using them, getting up close and personal and trying to take them out. But also, don't forget to focus on the cultists because you need to get that Policing the Wilds community job so that we can apply that chicken suit and start doing that chicken dance. No, I'm just kidding. You do have to put on a chicken suit, though. I already mentioned that once, but it's a real thing. All right, those rockets are not my best friend. As you can see, they are sort of getting their juggle on, knocking me from one spot to another, making me look like a complete noob. But good thing there is heal replenishment. Otherwise, I probably would have died and probably had to redo this video. So I'm not gonna die on video for you guys. I'm too much of a perfectionist for that. So, all right, focusing on the cultists. Let's take those guys out before we do any more damage to the big guy. And, of course, like I said, trying to take advantage of these guys so we can move on to the old chicken suit is going to be the best thing for both me and you. All right, so we got halfway down on the meter there. We got 6 of the cultists. That's not bad for their first go. And we did gain a little bit of XP for each one of those. Oh, no, we got some rockets chasing us. Hoof it, hoof it, hoof it. Move it, move it, move it. All right, focus on the big points there as... if you've forgotten where they are, go ahead and use the old focus and scan the area, which should give us a nice indication of where the hot spots are. Does not look like we're getting any more XP for the watchers and other guys around, so we'll focus on the cultists, take out a couple more, and then probably take down the final health meter, or depleter dat meter, as we like to say. Look at that. Yep, going right for the gold. Oh, that's nice. Nice little safe spot right in the middle of the attack zone, and booyaka shao. Looks like we got ourselves another red bricky poo. All right, bunch of studs should plummet and explode here. Booyaka shao, we'll take that. And that red brick too. Let's go, go, go. All right, all right, all right. So Apex Machine Hunt number 2 is done, and we also got a handful of cultists in this area, and not to mention we flipped level 18. So by the end of the video, we don't get a whole lot further into the 18 levelage, but you know, it's gaining ground. We're good. So got a decoration, and it looks like the Apex brick. So we are out of here, officially loading into the next section, where it's going to immediately drop us down, and we got a bad guy right here in front of us. So this is actually a rather short encounter as we go right for him, and we do quite a bit of damage right off the bat. In fact, we got about a quarter of them already did. Let's see, do we get any XP for these guys? Does not look like it. I'm not seeing any gain on the meter down below, nor did I see it reference any XP when we took them down. So just something to be aware of. If you're not getting any XP for the local baddies, then just focus on the main guy and take him down and move on to the next one, as we will be getting plenty of XP in the expedition mode, which is basically a replay of the original levels. Now, Doug has some advice for us and suggests that we use a specific level up in the snowy hills. I personally just went for the Sacred Lands, went over and over and over again. And now, if I'm being honest, I tracked all of the times it took me for each character, and it was ridiculous. We have to play like 20 events for all 4 characters. I mean, I'm not even kidding. So Doug's method might be worth checking out. We'll go ahead and do like a little XP counter just to see when we get up there, because I actually didn't have that information when I was playing through for myself. I just went and just grinded out the same level and tried to keep it simple so that I could document it and tell you guys, hey, it's going to take 15 for this guy and 20 for this guy and 22 for that guy, or however it broke down. So which I do have right in front of me. And looks like Aloy took, looks like 4 extra times. Varl takes 19 times through. Aaron took, looks like 17. And last but not least, Tirsa took down 21. Tirsa was like not even the lowest of lows, I don't think. But anyways, moving along, we got another Apex hunt done did. Got another brick added to our collection. And here we are. It spawns us right back in front of the Sacred Land. So we're going to jump right into number 4. But not before recognizing we got a building customization added to our list. All right, let's jump in and see what's up here. We're going to go ahead and ride the zip line down and immediately find ourselves being attacked by a baddie. So let's go ahead and drop some rocks on him. So that's the best way to welcome a new foe. And of course, try to focus on the actual damage points, the golden. You'll see. You've probably used your focus and you know where they are. So go ahead and take them out. Doesn't look like we're getting any XP for these guys either. So out of the 4 runs, it looks like only the second one gave us XP. And again, I'm not sure if that's some sort of a weird game glitch where my game just was not being very generous to me, or perhaps maybe that's how it's intended. Maybe you're only supposed to get XP for every so often, or I'm not sure. But again, we'll really focus on the XP once we get into the expeditions, but it is nice to know that you can sort of speed up these things by avoiding all those extra baddies. Knowing they're not going to give you anything, why take them out, right? Like, there's absolutely no reason to take them down. So, all right, so we're basically just focusing on trying to stay alive right now. As you can see, I'm dropping a bunch of trip ropes everywhere, and it's sort of helping. I'm sort of luring them into there. And they have a trip caster spawn point there, so if that's one of your favorite weapons or you know how to use it successfully, feel free to keep picking that up and refilling up. I only have 1 in the tank right now. I just dropped it, and look at that. He landed right on it. So the corruption definitely takes a little extra health off of them, so it does make it worth your while. But at the same time, if you're struggling, or maybe your timing is just off, like I almost was both times there, definitely don't focus on that. Just try to put the arrows in them golden spots. I get up close and personal, spam, 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 and look at that, before the other guys come in, I take him down. So the first set of Apex hunts is complete, but it's taken a minute for the game to recognize that, drop my brick, which was a little worrisome for me, but looks like we do get XP for taking out the final bosses, so you do get XP for each segment. Some just happen to give you more, so... All right, so we got, what, a handful of cultists taken down with our police outfit on. We've got a handful of new items, not only in Mother's Tree, but also customizations and outfits at the tailor. And now we have the expeditions available to us as well, which is basically just a really fancy way of saying that you can go back and replay the original level. So... milestone reached, 4 Apex bricks. Well, good for you. Too bad we can't turn them on and do nothing with them. I still feel like that was a missed opportunity. So anyways, guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for the Sacred Lands Apex Hunts video. We got 4 of the 16 bricks. We're going to jump right into the next area shortly. So be looking for that video. But hey, if you have not already, please check out HappyThumbsGaming.com. We also got HTGmerch.com. Check it out. As for me, that's going to do it for now. As always, until next time...